Tell me about yourself.
I currently work as a secretary to the general manager in the sales office of a Japanese telecommunications company. Since he doesn't speak Japanese, my main function is to act as a liaison between him and 8 Japanese staff members. In addition to general office duties, I also perform accounting, including payrolls. My boss frequently travels, and I effectively manage the office during his absence. I am a self-starter, and he fully trusts my ability to work without his supervision, and he values my judgment in a variety of contexts.
What are some of your strengths?
My biggest strength is tenacity. All my past employers and business associates have said I am tenacious. I have to see a project through to the finish, no matter what challenges I encounter along the way. I always give whatever it takes to complete the job.
What are some of your weaknesses?
I tend to be a perfectionist. While doing the marketing research I just mentioned, I went a bit overboard. I researched over 200 articles, and my report was over 100 pages. It was beyond the scope of our 4-unit class.
How do you think a friend or professor who knows you well would describe you?
They would say I'm a self-starter, highly motivated, energetic, and goal-oriented, but also cooperative and a team player. I have good communication skills and get along well with other people.
Are you competitive?
Yes, I believe competitiveness is a required trait to excel, especially in sales, and I thrive on competition. The more competitive the environment, the more fueled my competitive spirit is. I always strive to be the best salesman in the region, but that doesn't mean that I try to get ahead at any cost. I think competing with myself or challenging myself continuously is what really drives me.
Are you creative?
I'm very creative when it comes to problem solving. For example, at my current work, we almost lost our best employee when her husband relocated to Taichung. We didn't want to let her go, so I came up with a plan to have her work from her new location, in other words, telecommuting from Taichung. Our company had never had a telecommuter, and I had to be very tactful about selling my idea to the president. I worked out plans and calculated costs and benefits, including how much training cost we will be saving by keeping her. I presented the plan with cost-benefit analysis to the president. It was approved. It worked very well, so now we have a few more telecommuters.
Are you an innovative person?
I believe so. Although I haven't invented an entirely new product or anything of that scale, my ideas were incorporated into a number of products when I was on a design team at ABC Corporation. They resulted in enhanced features as well as saving development cost and time.
Are you a self-starter?
Yes, I am. Many people wait for the work to be given. My current boss is very receptive to new business ideas and creative ways to develop business. So I wrote up a proposal to show how to get into a new line of business. She liked the idea and told me to come up with specific plans to implement the new business. So I did, and it was successfully implemented by our unit.
Can you act on your own initiative?
When I started working on my current job, every process was paper-based, and we handled 50 applications a day. I suggested to my boss to make the process electronic and paperless by scanning all our forms into PDF and making them available online. Clients can download and print out the forms. Now our process is 50% paperless and much more efficient, and our clients are very happy with it. Once e-signature becomes available, the clients will be able to submit the forms online, and our process will be 100% paperless.
What motivates you?
What motivates me is seeing a clear path to advancement at a company in an exciting and growing field. That's why I have applied for this position with your company. Everything I have read about Chilton Brothers shows you are poised for sustained and potentially phenomenal growth. I want to be a part of that, and I want to know that I made a significant contribution and will be rewarded on the merit of that contribution. One of the best scenarios would be a situation in which one or more of my ideas was implemented and showed up in the bottom line. Now that would be exciting.
Are you a team player?
I am very much a team player. I believe strongly in positive reinforcement for myself as an employee and for those whom I supervise. I work best where I have the opportunity to receive from and provide feedback to others. I am not a loner. I like sharing the load and the credit for a job well done. I think the key thing is that I'm a positive presence in a work situation, particularly under pressure, and I think that has a beneficial effect on those around me and ultimately the company itself.
Do you prefer working as a member of a team, or would you rather work alone?
I like both, depending on the situation. The success of an organization requires orchestrating the talents and efforts of many people. To complete almost any project, it is essential to work as a team. I have completed many team projects successfully through my career. While teamwork is very important, I can work just as well alone. I have done a number of research projects by myself that required laser-like focus.
How do you get along with other people?
I always got along well with my coworkers in every job I had. Having good working relationships with your coworkers is a must for getting the work done. Sure, sometimes there are people who are more difficult to get along with, but we all have to learn how to work with one another to achieve our common goal. Whether you like it or not, you spend most of your waking hours with your coworkers, so you might as well make it pleasant.
Do you like to work with people?
Yes, I love working with people. When I worked in a boutique, I met and dealt with all kinds of people every day. It was exciting. Everyone is different, and I was excited to give suggestions and find the best clothes for each customer. It was satisfying to see the customers leaving the store content with my choice. I would not be interested in a job that does not give me a chance to interact with people.
Do you consider yourself a natural leader?
I think my nature is to lead. In most situations, it seems to evolve that I am the one who is looked to take charge, and I feel comfortable in that role.
What is success to you? What about failure?
Success to me is meeting, and as often as possible, even exceeding my potential. It's being a successful and ethical leader of people, and ultimately, I hope it's rising to the position where the success or failure of a company sits on my shoulders. In other words, one day I hope and aim to be a CEO. That's within my potential, I believe, and I won't be satisfied until I reach that position and then exceed the expectations of those who elevated me to that post.
How do you measure your own success?
How much satisfaction I get from doing the job, and how much I contribute to the success of the organization I work for. I don't think success can be measured by the amount of money you make, as I have met a number of wealthy people who aren't satisfied.
What has been your biggest disappointment on the job?
I still remember the disappointment that I had about 8 years ago when I first participated in bidding for a client's work. We were one of the last 2 bidders the client considered among a handful that applied, but we lost the job to our main competitor. Our project team spent many late nights working on the bid. Our competitor had an advantage because they had worked with that client before. It was a new client for us, and I must say our competitor understood the needs of the client better. We were so disappointed and determined that we would get this account. So we analyzed what went wrong and the client's mission, market, and needs, as well as looked at what our competitor did right. About 6 months later, we had another opportunity to bid for the same client's job, and we got it. We were very proud of it.
Why did you choose to attend ABC University?
I chose ABC University because I believe it has the best engineering department in the country. I'm happy with my decision. I received the best education possible, and I'm confident that I have the knowledge and skill so that I can readily contribute to your engineering department.
Why did you choose your major?
I chose English as my major because I always wanted to work in international business, and English is the language in the global marketplace. As our economy becomes increasingly global, I think English is a basic skill that is required for almost any professional. I took many business English classes to prepare myself for the business world.
Do you feel you made the right choice?
Absolutely. My education really prepared me for my career in this field. Unlike universities where the first 2 years are spent on general education, we got into hands-on practical courses right away. We were in the computer lab on our first day at school, and there was no class in which we didn't use a computer. Since I have such solid computer knowledge and experience, I feel comfortable with any new program.
Which college classes did you like the best? Why?
I liked business strategy best. Actually, it was the hardest class, but it was the best class. I learned so much from this class and the professor. She was the toughest professor I've ever had in any school. She would call on you and grill and drill you in front of the entire class. In order to avoid humiliation, I studied hard for each session. I had never studied so much in preparation for a class. It taught me that I get a lot more out of something if I prepare well. It was a great lesson for me. Afterward, I began to prepare hard for every class.
How did you do in school?
Above average. I did very well while still being involved in many extracurricular activities. I served as president of the Geological Study Club, and we made many field trips.
Do your grades reflect your work ability?
I believe so. It has always been important for me to do well in school and challenge my own potential. Producing good results requires determination, commitment, and hard work. I have no doubt that all these traits are essential to achieving great things at work as well.
What were your extracurricular activities in school?
I was on a swim team in high school. We practiced every day after school. We swam at least 10 kilometers a day. Before competition, we also practiced on the weekends and every day during summer vacation. It wasn't easy, especially in the first year, and there were times when I thought about quitting, but I'm glad I didn't. Swimming taught me the importance of discipline and tenacity and the sense of accomplishment you get from going the extra mile.
Have you ever done any volunteer work? What kinds?
Yes, I play in a band with 3 friends. In order to raise funds to help Afghan refugees, we organized charity concerts at 8 different universities. We raised $2 million.
How has your education prepared you for this job?
Through my education, I acquired practical skills such as computers and bookkeeping, which can be applied to the position beginning day one. But more importantly, what school really taught me was how to set a goal and achieve it, and how to overcome challenges.
Do you have any actual work experience?
Yes, I worked as an interpreter at international trade fairs. It was exciting to deal with business people from all over the world. I learned the importance of effective communications, especially in an intercultural setting like that. I trust my intercultural experience and communication skills will be assets in a global corporation like yours.
Were you financially responsible for any portion of your college education?
I financed all my college education by myself. I received several scholarships, including one from World Telecom, which was awarded to students whose entrance exam scores were in the top third of all students in the department. I also held several part-time jobs, including tutoring high school students.
Do you have any plans for further education?
I'd like to get an MBA eventually. I understand your company has a program to send selected employees to business school overseas. I'm very interested in participating in the program.
What do you think you do best?
I'm good at analytical work. When I turned in my research report to my marketing professor, she said the report was so well written and the quantitative and qualitative information was so detailed that even leading companies in the industry would learn from it, and that it was better than many professional consulting reports she had seen.
Are you able to work alone without direct supervision?
Definitely. I'm a self-starter and finisher. I usually only need direction at the beginning, and from then on, I can work on my own. In my previous job, my boss often traveled on business, and I worked a great deal without his supervision. He fully trusted my ability and judgment.
Are you able to work on several assignments at once?
Definitely. I don't think I've ever had the luxury of being able to work on one assignment at a time. I don't even know if there is any position out there with that luxury. In my last job, I had deadline after deadline. Sometimes I had 3 deadlines falling on the same day. Working on multiple assignments at once comes natural to me. I never consciously thought, oh gee, what am I going to do with all these assignments? I have been told I work very efficiently.
Can you work under pressure?
Definitely. In my current position, I face deadlines constantly. I try to start on each project early so that I can avoid the last-minute stressful situations. But sometimes they aren't avoidable. Reports have to be finished on time, and I know I can meet the deadline. I have lived through many deadlines and never missed one for the past 10 years.
Why are you leaving your present job?
I've enjoyed working at Pacific Chemicals. I've learned so much for the last 3 years. However, I feel I've learned as much as I can as a customer service representative. I'd like to be able to grow and want more challenges, but that doesn't appear to be the situation there, at least for the foreseeable future. I thought the advertised position would be a great opportunity for me to apply my sales support skills and make a positive contribution. Could you tell me more about the position?
What did you enjoy most about your last job?
I loved interacting with customers. It was exciting to deal with all kinds of people. Every day, I was excited to go to work thinking, what kind of people are going to come in today? What problems can I solve for them? I really enjoy working with people.
What did you enjoy least about your last job?
I really enjoyed my job, so I can't think of much except the commuting. The company was located quite far from where I live. It took me 2 hours to commute daily.
What do you think of your boss?
My boss is a great person to work for. She is a dedicated professional with profound industry knowledge and experience. She is also a great manager who knows how to motivate and mentor her subordinates. She is probably one of the most competent and popular managers in our company. I feel fortunate to be able to work for someone like her.
Did you increase sales or profits in your last job?
As a regional manager, I led my team to exceed its sales goals every quarter. I also took a leading role in a restructuring of our sales teams 18 months ago, from a regional to a product-focused strategy that has resulted in 12% annual growth from flat sales in recent years.
May we contact your present employer?
Not at this moment, because I haven't told my employer about this yet. Once I receive a firm offer, I will tell the employer, and then you can contact them to verify the information I've given to you.
Why are you interested in this job?
This is exactly what I want to do. As you can see in my resume, I possess all the skills required, and I'm well qualified for it. It seems like a perfect fit. My career goal is to become a CFO, and this job would allow me to develop my potential to reach that goal.
What can you offer us?
I can offer my track record in developing new accounts, penetrating companies at the senior level, and managing sales cycles. I'm well versed in the latest IT trends and have knowledge of the local market and a strong contact base. Through my past jobs, I have demonstrated my ability to initiate and foster partnership relationships. I'm confident that I offer what you're looking for.
Why should we hire you?
I believe I have what you need. The position of field service engineer requires thorough technical knowledge and effective interpersonal skills to ensure customer satisfaction, plus English skills. My track record during my 5 years with XYZ Corporation proves that I possess all of them. In addition, I share the same values as your team: hardworking, customer focus, and commitment to quality. This interview has convinced me that I'm a good fit.
Do you feel you're ready to take on greater responsibilities?
Certainly. I've gone as far as I can go in my present job. I have been in my current position for 5 years and have learned everything possible. My boss is very pleased with my work, and I receive almost perfect performance reviews. But the current position has no room for growth for me, and there is no position I can be advanced to, at least in the foreseeable future. I know I am capable of greater achievements. That is why I'm interviewing for this position. I'm ready for the added responsibility it involves.
What do you like and dislike about the job we are discussing?
I like the opportunity it presents to be able to manage a larger team than I currently do. I have proven that I can effectively manage a group of 5 and lead them to some significant accomplishments, including the successful launch of Cool Gadget. I'm confident that I'm ready to manage a team of 10 and a broader product line. I don't think there is anything I dislike about the job. That's why I'm interested in it.
If we make an offer, how long do you plan to stay with the company?
I'd like to settle down with this company. As long as I continue to make contributions and grow professionally, there is no reason for me to make a move.
Wouldn't you be better off in another company?
No, I don't think so. Because of what you've told me about the position and the company, I'm even more excited about the opportunity now. My experience and skills also match what is required. This is the job I've been looking for.
Are you willing to start as a trainee?
I've had 3 years of experience as a trader. I understand that I'll need to learn the specific methods employed by this company, but I believe I have enough knowledge and experience to do the job. Since I would be able to produce right away, I believe working as a trainee would be wasting the company's resources and wouldn't be in its best interests.